Hello everybody, this is Trollforce with Penumbra Overture Explained. This video is going to be normal length and special for Penumbra's 10-year anniversary. We're going to cover all that you need to know about the tech demo, the intro, the boat cabin, the Arctic, and the first part of the bunker. Now let's get into this video. On this day, March 30th, Penumbra Overture was released by Frictional Games 10 years ago in 2007. It is Frictional Games' first successful game and led to the series that follows, Black Plague and the expansion pack Requiem. We wouldn't have Amnesia or Soma without the popularity of the Penumbra series. As you may not know, Penumbra was not their first game. Back in 2001, they were working on an unfinished game called Unbirth. The basic idea of the game was to make it like Resident Evil and Silent Hill, but in first person, with more stuff to examine and a little less violence. They spent a lot of their time to perfect the HPL engine with several tests from early December in 2005 and then to late 2006, and then later on with the release of the Penumbra tech demo. Its purpose was to demonstrate the power of the HPL-1 engine. And then a year later, the road to Frictional Games' tremendous success began with Penumbra Overture. After the intro, you can see an image of our main character hovering over a casket of someone he's very close to. Here's the game's intro. Notice how similar it is to the tech demo, but this one is more detailed and doesn't use Windows XP's text-to-speech.
For my part in this allegory, I'm not going to make the same mistakes my father made. Howard vanished from my mother's life before I was even in it. So when he sent me a letter a few days after Mum's funeral, it was the first I'd ever heard from him. Pity he was dead. Writing from beyond the grave must be a genetic habit in my bloodline. His letter contained a key, instructions, pleas for forgiveness. I figured the dead don't have much use for absolution, so I turned to his prophetic passing, which he inexplicably expected to come any day. Clearly averse to explanations, my father preferred to leave directions to a bank on Mayfair I'd never even heard of. In that bank was a safety deposit box in his name, and myself as executor. Of course, I went as he knew I would. I discovered that despite the evidence, he'd been legally declared dead almost 30 years ago, and so the old book and collection of notes I found had, in the eyes of the law, been mine all this time. My father's instructions were to burn the documents, raise no further questions. But that was his error. No man's immune to the shameful trappings of curiosity, and my humanity got the better of me. The university I taught at was world renowned for two things: physics and linguistics. I represented the first, and the man who stood for the second was stumped by my recent acquisition. The book was indecipherable. The notes, however, showed a location somewhere in uninhabited northern Greenland. It took me almost a year to book the last flight I'd ever take. As I watched civilization disappear along with Heathrow, I realised my father had disappeared 3 decades ago, almost to the day. and I considered in turn what it was that I was leaving behind. We landed on a strip of ice a few feet wide, and within minutes I was pulling away on a chartered boat, beginning the 12-hour journey that would lead me into my past.
The game begins with our main character, Philip Lefresque, waking up in a boat getting ready to land on the Greenland shore to finish his journey. You can interact with a bunch of things in the cabin, and what's really interesting is that the motion of the boat rocking side to side on the water shows in this room objects moving back and forth. That's attention to detail right there. The red jacket on the wall is the same one as in the tech demo. There's a note in the chest that is the fisherman's wife's letter to him for when he sets sail. Once you pick up all the things in the room, you are free to go. Now you're outside in the blizzard. You can't use your flashlight here, and even when your health drops, you will not die out here. When you pick up on the rocks and bring it downhill with you, you can briefly hear wolves howling in the distance. You come across a frozen hatch that bears shelter. You strike the rock to the valve, open it, and enter. As you make your descent, the ladder breaks off and you fall to the floor. After a while, you hear odd but sinister whispering. As you get up, you can see that you're in some sort of military bunker. And since the ladder broke, you have to find a new way out. The door at the end of the room is blocked, so you can unblock it by moving the barrel at the other side or go through the tunnel. Further evidence for this being a military bunker is with the empty boxes of ammunition and the rations on the shelves. This tunnel was most likely made by someone, not the worm though. Even though you can hear it upon entering, there is no visible destruction anywhere. Once you get towards the metal hatch, a dog will violently slam into it, trying to break free. The only way to open it is to grab the steel rod from earlier and put it into the mechanism. I believe that the last person who came out of there took the rod out and escaped through the ladder. The real journey begins by going further down. This is Trollforce, so I'll see all you peeps next time. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe for more videos. And happy 10-year anniversary, everybody!